guys, Ryan the Nerd here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Dr. Facilier Disney Funko Pop. So yeah, this is Funko's new line of Disney villains, which is a very cool line. I'll get more in depth on my full opinion on the line in just a second, but I want to give a big shout out to my sister for getting me this Funko Pop. It was actually a surprise gift, kind of. I don't really know what you really call it. She just bought it for me and was like, here you go. Because I've been kind of, rewatching some old Disney movies that I really enjoy. But if you want to know my full opinion on Dr. Facilier, because he is one of my favorite Disney villains, you can go check out my full video on my favorite Disney villains. I uploaded about 2-3 days ago. Don't quote me on that. And you can also go check out Jordan's amazing edit with the Disney villains. Go check that out as well. But enough, plugging my videos and all that. Let's take a look at the box here. So, very nice picture of Dr. Facilier. Funko did do a, Dr. Facilier Funko Pop a long time ago when it was just called Disney, when there was just like a very obscure Disney line, and that Funko Pop has not aged very well. It doesn't look that great at all. It's just something to do with the face. I just don't like the face on it. Then there was like a special edition one with like, the, kind of, Mexican Day of the Dead kind of paint on his face that he has in the film for like 1 second, I think. And then, that was it. So on the side of the box here, you got him right here, and you also got, the demon, voodoo demons there. Very nice, and how it's all glitching and stuff like that. That's very cool. And that's only on the other side, so that's very cool that they just have that as well. And so on the back here, you got all the other villains that you can get in this line. But everybody else right here, like Captain Hook, Maleficent, Cruella de Vil, and Dr. Facilier, obviously, I'm glad that they included these four here. But the problem that I don't like, or the problem that I have with this line, is just these two right here. I don't know why Funko decided to include the Evil Queen and the Evil Stepmother. Funko has already done the Evil Queen where she's sitting in her throne and that's it. But why these two? You've already made this one. I know that Funko does, repaints and remolds and all that stuff. But why include these two here? These are the most obscure villains ever. Well, they're not obscure. They're very well known. But nobody cares about these two. Nobody cares, okay? If you ask anybody, they're probably going to say, like, if you ask them, what's your favorite Disney villain? They're probably going to say Scar or Jafar or anything like that. Not the Evil Queen and the Evil Stepmother. Like, why do they include this? It would have been better if they actually included Jafar. Because Jafar hasn't gotten much love from the Funko, from Funko or anything like that. I mean, yes, they have done, him in his Cobra form, which I do appreciate because we don't get much stuff when Jafar's in his Cobra form. But they could have just included him here. I hope that Funko is doing another line with more Disney villains, because this just can't be it. They can't just stop right here, because this just feels incomplete. It feels like they should do a lot more. It just doesn't make any sense. So I just don't like these two. All of the four right here are awesome. I'm glad that they remolded Dr. Facilier, because I'm pretty sure they realized that the first one was pretty crappy and it was not that great. But why these two? That's just my problem there. The line itself is very great. I'm glad that they're doing Disney villains for like their own separate line instead of just putting them in their Disney line. It makes a lot more sense to have two different lines. But why these two? It just doesn't make any of sense to me. I'm sorry if you guys like these Funko Pops or these characters, but personally for me, I don't care about these two, and I don't know why they included it. So, but enough ranting and enough looking at the box, shall we? Let's take a look at the actual figure, because that's what you guys clicked on this video for. Now, this has got to be the greatest looking Funko Pop I have. I've said that so many times with like the Zurg Funko Pop and all that stuff, but actually, I think this tops Zurg a lot more, to be honest. Because this is so much. They really outdone themselves here. Funko's really outdone themselves with this Funko Pop here. They really remolded and kind of redeemed themselves with Dr. Facilier here. And I'm actually glad that they're doing actual stands that actually have significance to the character instead of being a cheap see-through base. I'm looking at you, Jurassic World Dominion Funko Pops. And they don't take up much space as well. So it's very nice, just circly, and it's, you know, it's not gonna take up any room. So let's take a look at the actual base before we move on to him himself. So on the base here, you got some really nice wooden planks there with some, you know, voodoo symbols and all that good stuff there. This is supposed to replicate his voodoo household there. So that's very awesome. And then you have a really nice sculpted in skull there. That's actually very grim for Funko to do, but I'm glad that they included that. And then you also have some candlesticks on a book there, and the wax is actually melting onto the book, which is actually very great. Love that detail there. And let's take a look at Dr. Facilier, because that's all for the stand. And so on the back here, I really like the flowing with the coattails there. Very nice. It's actually very nicely sculpted and painted as well. Just like classic Funko standards, the paint is very paint chip durable. It's not going to chip anytime soon. But missed opportunity to include his cane. The original one, he does have his cane, but for some reason they didn't include his cane here. He's just in this kind of gripping pose, which that doesn't feel like Dr. Facilier to me. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but I wish they included that cane. In his other hand, you got the kind of voodoo charm there with the princess blood in there. I forgot what the princess name is, but it's not completely accurate to the show, to the movie, I mean. But I'm glad that they even painted it, you know, like the little blood streams in there, all that good stuff like that. So I'm glad that they included that. So I'm not going to be too hateful because it is very tiny. So I'm glad that they even painted it and even included it to the figure itself. So that's what I really appreciate. And then I really like how they included his oversized shoes, because in the movie he does have like really big clown shoes. They're not actual clown shoes, but they just look like that. But it's very, very nice detail there. And then you can see some of his like Fane necklace there, very awesome as well. And then you got a really nice looking head sculpt, so much better than the first Funko Pop they have of him. You got some really nice golden eyeshadow there, very nice. Love the mouth as well, and the hat as well. Love the skull and crossbones there, very nice as well. And then on the back here, very nice sculpting on the hair there, very nice. And you do even have his feather there, which is also very nicely sculpted and painted. You can even see some of the, you know, kind of feather wrinkles or whatever you call them. Very nice as well. But for some reason, this is a very flexible plastic here. And I feel like if you are moving this guy and he gets caught on like a wire or something like that, and you yank it, that could easily just snap right off. It is very flexible. It's not too flexible, but it is pretty flexible. So I would be careful around, you know, I would be careful with this right there. But for right now, it doesn't feel like it's going to snap off or anytime, or it's fragile. I'm just worried that something could easily just slip in there, and then you pull it, and then it just like makes like a crease line in there. It just looks all ugly and disgusting. It just doesn't look that great. So I would just be careful if you're going to get this guy. Just be careful with the feather. And the head does in fact spin as well, so you can get some lot of good posability, I guess you can call that. Very nice as well. But that's going to do it for Dr. Facilier. There's not much to say about him right now because he is just a very simple Funko Pop. But I really do hope that they do another version of this line with more obscure Disney villains like Jafar that hasn't gotten much love in, you know, recent years. Or, you know, Ratigan. That would be a pretty cool Funko Pop, actually. But anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't care what you do, but you guys know what time it is. So, bye, guys.